and welcome to the latest edition of the Rangers Women's Supporters Group podcast. And right on time, Cat's cat is appearing to the side. As you'll see or hear, if you're, depending on what you're doing, we are all back this week. So how are we, Alan, Car?
Yeah, good. Got my heated blanket on because I'm freezing, but
it's very cold. Although it was a sunny day in Dundee yesterday, so we'll get to that shortly. But we'll just give a quick shout out to our very own Tess Medag, who's finished her Masters, I believe it was. So she's got her thesis, dissertation, whatever it's called it. So we'll post a link in the description because I know a lot of people have been wanting to read that. I've read it. It's very good. Car's about halfway through, did you say?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on like page 30 or something.
Yeah. It's 86 pages long, so
so I'm about halfway.
And Alan's got more than enough on his plate that he's going to get to it around Christmas time when he's sitting with a hot chocolate sitting around the fire.
I will have it read soon, possibly not by weekend's podcast, but maybe in a couple of weeks I'll read it.
And then we'll do a quiz and a breakdown and see if Alan's read it properly. But anyway, as I say, I'll post it in the description, so go and have a look at it, even if you just have a quick skim over it. I'm sure Tess will appreciate it. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about football. And yesterday we travelled up to Dundee for the second round of the Sky Sports Cup. And we started with Fife, Docherty, Hill, Rafferty, Medag, Devlin, Ross, Austin, Lafay, McCleary, and Cruft. But yeah, different team than what were you styling?
It was. I expected some changes, particularly with Thursday's game coming up, and it being the first game in the Cup. We'd obviously had a positive result last time we went up at the start of the month to play Dundee United, so did expect some changes. The inclusion of a young May Cruft from the start was a big surprise though, and Jane's starting after only a few minutes against Hearts was also a surprise, but it was nice to see a freshened up team.
Yep, and Car on the bench we had Hay, Howitt, Macaulay, Arnott, Wilkinson, and a returning Megan Bell. So I know you were obviously happy about that. Good to see Megan back in the team. She did get on later in the game, that will come.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have Megan back. A few notable absentees. I mean, about half the team missing, but we all kind of thought, oh, that must just be because of Thursday, and I'm hoping and praying that it's just because of Thursday and we've just not bothered risking them travelling up and whatnot. But I guess we'll find out on Thursday what that's about. But yeah, good to see Megan back. Good Jane's back in the team starting, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah, good that they were back, but it never turned out to be that good of a first half, Alan. Plenty of chances, plenty of missed chances, you would probably say. But I think we've got to touch on a really good performance for Maycroft. She came in, you could see she's 15 years old, it's her competitive debut. Kind of nervous at first, but really grew into a performance. It looks like she's going to be a good one for the future.
Oh, definitely. I think you're always interested and maybe a wee bit concerned how a young player will adapt to the physicality of playing in the first team. And Dundee United seemed to have a player almost sort of man marking her in the middle of the park, which was an interesting sort of choice. You don't usually see somebody go sort of player for player in the centre of the park, but young May stood up really well. She was brave and always looked to take the ball even when under pressure, and she was able to turn and make space for herself and hold off her marker quite well. And she was brave enough to look to pick passes. She wasn't just looking to lay it back to the defence. She was actually brave and looking to play the ball out wide and look for Ailey or look for Jodie on the other side and try and get forward. And as she grew into the game more, she was actually taking on shots from outside the box, which you don't always expect a young player to do, especially on her debut.
Yeah, Cash, was actually unlucky. I think there was maybe 3 kind of long shots. I think because we kept shouting hit it, she must have thought, all right, I'll be the one that'll hit it. But she was actually really unlucky not to score. And it would have been, well, we were sitting next to her family, so I don't know if we would have went more mental or if they would have, but they were just willing every ball for her to kind of kick in that, which was quite cute. But she was so close. But as we say, she grew into the game and she didn't look out of place.
No, it certainly didn't. And I mean, they showed one in the highlights. I think there's only one of her shots that they actually showed, which is probably the closest one. But what a hit it was, and what a goal it would have been had it gone in for her. Born in 2009, which is very depressing for all of us thinking about that, because that's when I finished high school. It's just depressing to think about. But to come on, play for Rangers, and as Alan said, really did grow into it, because at the start she did look a little bit, was looking around for kind of support from everyone, like what do I do kind of thing. And then towards the end of the half, she just kept going herself and knew what she wanted to do. It was great to see. So hopefully we see more from her. It was just, I wish that shot had gone in, because that would have been incredible for her.
Yeah. So we went in 0-0 at half time, Alan. A bit of a disappointing first half overall, I would say, other than obviously we had a good performance. I think Ailey had done quite well, but just a bit of a frustrating first half.
Yeah, and there was quite a few people that travelled up from Ibrox after being thoroughly bored watching the men play Hibs, and came up expecting a bit more expansive football and a bit more entertainment, and it was in short supply in the first half. I personally thought there was too many midfielders. They were all kind of cutting each other off. In the central areas, they weren't really finding much space. So it was no surprise to see Joe make 3 changes at half time.
Yep, she certainly did. So Jane Ross went off unsurprisingly. Maycroft went off, and Camille Lafay, and on came Kirsty Howitt, Wilco, and Mia Carr. So bringing on a bit of firepower on. Good that Jane got obviously kind of 45 minutes, but she did look kind of a wee bit rusty, I would say. And obviously, I don't think May was going to get that much longer, but good that we've obviously got that depth to kind of bring on players as much as we shouldn't need it against Dundee United. It's good that we've still got that depth there to bring on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that Joe still had at least them 3 on the bench to add to it, because although I was a bit gutted that Camille went off, because she was having a pretty good first half, so I didn't think she'd go off. I think we thought, well, maybe Charlie will go off and Camille will stay on, but obviously not the way that worked out. But bringing Kirsty Howitt and Wilco on, you're expecting, right, we'll kick on now, score 4 or 5 goals and it'll be fine. But the goalkeeper and everyone else had other ideas about that.
Yeah, and it seemed to be a combination of us hitting every single player rather than the shots on target, and also the goalkeeper. As we say, like, you could go back and listen to the majority of our podcasts. Another great goalkeeping performance from an opposition player.
Yeah, Beth Mowat had a particularly good game for Dundee United, and we can look at most of the shots went straight at her, but there comes a point you have to say they're partly going straight at her because she was showing really good position, and it was sort of late on. We're still struggling to break Dundee United down. Getting a wee bit concerned looking at the watches and like, where's this actually going to come from? And it was only when we made the sort of last 2 changes. Obviously, Brogan had come on for Laura Rafferty. Up to this point, provided the highlight of the match where an X-rated shout when she misjudged a header. But it was only when Megan Bell came on and returned and had an instant impact. Just her being on the pitch, and all of a sudden we go 1-up, Car.
It's just what Megan does, isn't it? She just steps foot back on the pitch to rapturous applause, and then suddenly we can score goals again. It's just what Megan brings. But I mean, we should have scored before she came on. Kirsty had a goal chopped off for offside. I don't know if it was offside. Where we're sitting, you can't really tell. But Lionel got a fair few boos for that. But I don't know. But then she came through, scored pretty much carbon copy of the goal that was called offside. Great work from Wilco. If I can read my notes. Yep, great work from Wilco. Basically from a goal kick from their goalkeeper, gives it through to Kirsty Howitt, who just puts it in the bottom left corner, whatever corner it was of the goal. And we're all happy and buzzing because we finally scored against Dundee United.
That's sometimes how football gets you. So then, 87 minutes, Dundee United got a red card. It was obviously a free kick, which, as Wolf, who was standing with us, said if she'd just waited another couple of seconds, it would have been a yellow because it would have been a penalty and she wouldn't have got off because it's double jeopardy. But Wilco steps up and just pings it into the back of the net, easy as you like, Alan.
Yeah, probably just as well she did score because I think Megan was really wanting to hit it. So, Wilco's took it, ended a mini goal out to one game with a goal and, banged one in the top corner.
And then Mia with the easiest goal she'll probably ever score in her life, a wee tap-in. Not our usual kind, but they'll count.
Well, I don't know how Wilco didn't get a foot to it though, because if you watch it back on the highlights, it looks like she swings a leg at it and it just completely misses her, and then Mia's behind her to tap it in the back of the net. But great work from Megan, as Megan does when she comes onto the pitch. But also good work from Brogan before that to keep the ball alive, and Jodie and everyone else that was involved. But good work from Megan to get it across the goal, and then Mia's at the back post to just tap it in exactly what you want.
Yeah, but as we say, obviously good that Megan has returned, and hopefully that's her back now and kind of injury worries behind her. Just want to touch on Ailey Austin's performance, Alan. She was kind of really trying before we managed to get the goals. She was really driving us forward and trying to make things happen. She had a really good game yesterday.
Definitely, I think, Ailey's still a young player, but, she's been around the squad for a while now. And as we keep saying, Ailey looks like a first-team player. She doesn't look like a young player coming into the team. And she's prepared to take that sort of responsibility, going and trying to make things happen. She spent probably for 60 minutes before Laura Rafferty went off and she dropped back. She was playing on the wing, and getting forward a lot more. But even when she did drop into back three, she was always coming forward and making the offer and not leaving any space at the back. I thought Ailey had a terrific game yesterday.
Yeah, Kat, anything to add to that on Ailey's performance?
No, just everything Alan said. It was nice that somebody was actually driving forward instead of Nick and Kathy just passing it amongst themselves. Kathy must have had about 600 touches of that football in the first half alone because we couldn't seem to get past them. But then Ailey was the one that was driving into the space and creating things, which was nice to see. I'm always happy when Ailey Austin starts. And plays 90 minutes.
Yep, she played 90 minutes. She was really good. So, Alan, player of the match for yesterday? Is it going to be Ailey? Visibly?
No, actually, I'll give it to young May to come into the Rangers team at 15 years old and put on a performance like that. Okay, it was only 45 minutes that Joe gave her, but absolutely brilliant to see, to come in with that sort of confidence, playing with the players around her, playing with such sort of close attention in midfield, and just show such composure and bravery on the ball. I'll give player of the match to young May.
Car, do you agree with that?
No, I fully do. I've got Jodie, Ailey and May written down here, so you could probably pick between any of them. Jodie, I thought, had a really good game, raging the whole game, seemingly. Maybe that's just her face, I don't know, but she was flying into tackles and all over the place. Ailey had a great game. May had a great game too, so you could pick any of the three, but I'll give it to Ailey, just that's me. And Laura Berry's not here, so Ailey gets it.
Yeah, I think we had discussed the 4 players for the player of the match. Excuse me, and I think we were meant to put Jodie in, and then we somehow never. So sorry about that, Jodie, if you're watching. Don't be raging at me. Just play good next game, and you'll get it. But yeah, I would agree with 3 of them were great. I think May had a really good 45 minutes, but I think Ailey just kind of pips it because she just was the one that was really driving us forward and that. So I think I would just give it to her. But May was absolutely incredible. Looking forward to seeing more of her. The draw for the next round is tomorrow afternoon, Tuesday, the 1st of October already. I think it's live on YouTube. Not sure what time, but if it's the afternoon, it's usually about 2 o'clock, I think. So we'll check out this Ranger social media, our social media, we'll have who we've got in the next round, so that'll be good. So next up, Alan, just the small matter of an old firm on Thursday, 6 p.m, live on Sky Sports. What more could you want?
Well, we could obviously want it to be at a time it's not going to clash with a game at Ibrox and impact the crowd, but I think the main thing is we end this run of no winning these games at home in the league. February 22 was the last time we won again against them at home in the league, and that's got to change. perfect opportunity to do it. You know, I think we're flying. You know, they'll granted be on a high for getting into their group spot. Their attention will also be elsewhere. You know, it's a chance for us to go and have a statement win, and we need to go and I think we need to go and score early and, you know, get a hold in the game and not let us drift and become another one of the draws that we tend to see in these home games.
Yeah, it's as Alan says, we struggle against them at home. We're always the better team overall, but it just seems to be that getting it over the line. But do you think with the players that we've got in there, like Wilco and the experience, like Charlie Devlin playing down south, and that can kind of push us over the line this time?
Well, I hope so. That's what they've been brought in to do. These are the games that you have to go and win the league. So I'd hope so. They all seem pretty up for it. Everyone that we spoke to after the game yesterday said that they're bang up for it and they had to go and do it. Jane especially said that they have to. They don't have a choice. They have to go and win that game. So, well, we'll see what happens. But I'm feeling pretty confident about it. I think Wilco's going to have a bit between her teeth. Only scored 1 goal in the last 2 games, which, as we've learnt from the last 5 games before that, is very unlike her. So hopefully she gets back on that hat-trick horse on Thursday and she can have a wheel of a time afterwards. But it's certainly going to be interesting with them getting into the group stages of the Champions League. Not the first team to do it, by the way. I feel like I need to point that out, but it's new competition, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But they've got a lot more going on, so it's certainly going to be interesting if they go all out in this game or if they kind of leave a little bit for the games coming up. Hopefully they do that and we can just go and absolutely run over the top of them. But we certainly got enough quality in our team to do that. Liv McLaughlin looking really good. The game against Hearts I thought was her best game probably for us ever. So if she can bring that again on Thursday, I think we're laughing. So yeah, should be good.
Yeah, and obviously we had players hopefully rested yesterday, so they should be ready to go. I think Leah Eddy, Liv McLaughlin will come back into the positions that they've obviously been in. Although I think Ailey might be questioning if she should be at the team. She might be hoping that she's still in there, but obviously bring kind of Liv McLaughlin certainly back into the midfield and probably in there with like Tess or don't know, she might spring a surprise on us, knowing Joe.
You never know, but Lizzie was on the bench again yesterday and, you know, seemed to be a wee bit more involved. So hopefully Lizzie's fit and available for Thursday. You know, you wouldn't be surprised to see Lizzie and Brogan out wide, you know, testing the middle with Liv back. And then it's a question of who plays up front. You know, it'll be an interesting team selection, but, you know, it's a game we have to go and dominate. You know, we have to win. And I think we have to win well, you know, and as I say, I really think that's a chance for us to set a marker because they don't play on Sunday. You know, if we win, you know, we go 5 points clear of them, possibly 8 points clear if we win again on Sunday. So, you know, it's a chance to really put our foot down and make sure we send out a clear message of what we want to do in this league.
Do you think the crowd or potentially lack of it with the men playing might actually work in our benefit? Because it seems to be we get sell it pretty much Broadwood and then it kind of falters and we're back to square one, it seems. But do you think if it's not as big a crowd, that might help a wee bit?
I mean, it's full price tickets, which for an Old Firm game hasn't been the case for the last few ones. So maybe it will make a difference. And I don't know, maybe we're just latching onto anything at this point to give us some hope compared to previous games. But potentially, I don't know if the crowds get to the players or if it is just it's an Old Firm, so the things happen, or if it is the case of there's so many people there, they falter occasionally. I don't know, but maybe it'll make a difference. It'll just be the regular few that are always there. Maybe that'll make a difference for the players, give them that boost without all the added pressure of everyone else watching. But who knows?
Yeah, as Alan has touched on, we play Motherwell on Sunday, but we'll not really do a preview of that because we don't know what's going to happen on Thursday yet. But the tickets are on sale, so obviously get your tickets for that. Like, tickets are also on sale for, I know the Glasgow City game was swapped to Ibrox because of their floodlight issue, Alan. But good to get back to Ibrox as well, coming in the near future.
Yeah, I'd imagine the club were probably looking at a game to bring to Ibrox, and City asking to swap the games came at a perfect chance because that's already planned to be a TV game on the Saturday afternoon, and it's international weekend for men, so Ibrox is free. It was a perfect opportunity. It's actually fell in the club's lap, so I'm not surprised that game's been played at Ibrox. It's a great chance to get a good crowd. As I say, Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock at Ibrox. What's not to like about that. And it'll be great for new players getting a chance to play at Ibrox for the first time as well.
Yeah, I'm assuming, because you probably know this, Alan, I'm assuming because it's the women's game, the 3 o'clock blackout will affect it then.
It seems to be the case. Unfortunately, it doesn't extend to the Champions League blackout, or we'd be playing this Old Firm game on Wednesday, but...
Just what you were saying, when it was like they're 3 o'clock, usually there, you didn't see any of the games, but anyway, we'll see. Watch it will get changed now that we've said that. I've just realised. So, a score prediction for Thursday, Car?
2-0.
First goal scorer?
Yeah. I think that's what I said, so I'll stick with that.
Let's go mental. Let's absolutely batter 4-0. Aussie on it. First goal.
I'll take that. Like on the predictor, I said 1-1 because we do tend to draw, and I'm going to get the points. But I'm hoping that I'm wrong for a change, and I'm hoping that it's like what you say, Kat, 2-0. I'd even take a 2-1 at this point. Just any win over them. Win it, get the 3 points, move on to the next game, and we're quite happy with that. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes, and we'll go back to discuss that next time. Car, the loan report, you've got it for us.
I do. Some of the information's a bit spotty because not Hamilton this week for a change. They actually gave us lots of information for a change, which is nice, but other teams haven't done the same. But Livingston played Boroughmuir Thistle and lost 8-0, which not great. A bit of a surprise there, to be honest. Summer Laird played 90 minutes and Mia MacArthur played 90 minutes, as far as I'm aware. Motherwell, they won on penalties against Hamilton. Mason started.
Wow. Really?
Well, I know, right? She was subbed at some point because she wasn't in the penalty-taking lineup, but I don't know when she was subbed, so she was subbed at some point. Laura Berry played 90 minutes and scored a wonderful goal on the 90 plus 3 minutes to level the game to send it to extra time and to penalties, and then missed her penalty in the penalty shootout somehow. So she scored when it matters. Yeah. Sophie Black was not in the squad, and I believe that was due to international, because obviously the Scotland under 17, 18s?
Yeah, I think it's the 17s that are playing.
Yeah, they have all their international games this week, so she's in that squad, so I believe that's why she wasn't in the Motherwell squad. Spartans lost 3-2 to Partick Thistle. Casey McKenna was subbed on at half-time. That's the only information I have about that. Hamilton lost on penalties. Abby Tobin's out with a knock, according to Hamilton. Don't know how bad it is or what that is. Sophie Townsley was an unused sub, and Kirsten Love was subbed on the 100th minute, which is not something you say every week. It's interesting. Queen's Park lost 7-0 to Hibs. Not ideal. Melly Payton played 90 minutes. And then Gart Cairn lost 2-0 to Aberdeen, and Maddie Maxwell was a sub, but I don't know if she played. There you go. So a mixed bag.
A few disappointing results for our players, other than I think Laura Berry and Mason would be quite happy, and the rest will be.
Maddie Maxwell came on in the 79th minute. So
that's good.
Minutes for everybody. No, it's a good results, but that's what you get when you go out on loan to lower teams, I suppose.
The thing is, so many of them are actually getting game time.
Yeah,
which is what it's all about, and that's why, like, say, Laura Berry going out and getting 90 minutes every week. She's going to get that more often than she is with us now. So, Yep, good that they got loads of minutes, but a few better results at the weekend, hopefully. Alan, once you've finished coughing, score predictor update.
Well, no actual score predictor points at the weekend, so, and I don't think anybody had us down only winning 3-0, so it was just a wee bit of fun to predict throughout the weekend. But split over two threads for this week, obviously a separate thread for Thursday's game, and I'll shortly be posting up a thread for the 5 games that are coming on Sunday. So make sure you don't miss out and you get your scores in, and we'll see what the scores and the doors are when we do the pod on Sunday.
Sounds good. I know it was because we done the predictor just as a bit of fun. Then I was like, oh, what's the scores? Oh yeah, they actually didn't count just as well because we were all wildly wrong anyway. So it didn't make much difference. But yep, that's everything. I think we'll get your tickets for Thursday and Sunday. Hopefully I get another couple of wins, good few goals, and we're all very happy. So as always, thanks to Alan and Car.
Thanks, Laura.
Thanks,
Alan.
Laura.
We'll see you next time.